All right, here we are. Are you ready, water signs? This will be the reading for the water signs that are ruled by Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Pisces, which we just moved out from. So I mentioned in maybe not the previous video, but when I did the fire sign readings, the two decks I'm going to be working with for these readings, I'm going to be vacillating between the Barbara Walker Tarot and also the Gill Tarot. The Gill Tarot holds a little bit more of a Doth influence. It's very simple but complex, and I got that deck specifically so I can start exploring the Tree of Life. And so the way the cards read for that deck is quite different because it has its own system, but with a Doth twist to it. But for the water signs, I'm going to do, as of now, I'm going to do the Barbara Walker Tarot for our water signs, and then the Gill Tarot. I may go back to Barbara Walker, but the Gill Tarot will be for the signs that are held with the air element. Okay, so let's just jump into it. And those air element signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay. So here we are, Cancer. You're reading for the month of Aries. Okay, so when we have a month that's ruled with the element of fire, such as Aries or Leo or Sagittarius, and I'm doing readings for water signs, we're going to have a, I don't want to say a conflict, but we're going to have a challenge with energy because fire needs that movement, and fire works very well for the most part with the element of air, because air fuels that momentum of fire, and water nurtures and creates growth for the earth signs. So here, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, let's see what the Barbara Walker Tarot has to say specifically for our water signs. Okay, so Cancer, you are up. Okay, so Cancer is a sign, it's cardinal, so it starts the season of summer. And Aries starts the season of spring, which will take place on March 20th. So when we have two cardinal signs that are both initiating, they're making those moves to make changes, to inspire, to show compassion, to show inspiration. So let's see what we have here when it comes to Cancer, which can be an introverted sign when things become too emotionally overwhelming for them. They just have to retreat and be to themselves with their emotions and literally sort things out. Okay. All right. So here we go. Cancer. Okay. Again, this is going to be the Barbara Walker Tarot. Interesting. Okay, so for Cancer, I have two cards. Oh, I know. We have two cards that are in the element of earth. They're pentacles, and then I have one card that's in the element of air, which is swords. So this is interesting because we have no water. We have and we have no fire. So this is, in a sense, this is good because we're getting that influence of Aries for motion, to make change, to take heed of their own responsibilities that's been given to them. But with Cancer, we're kind of feel like Cancer is in the subconscious realm of Aries. What's going on with this Aries energy for the season from March 20th to April 18th? Okay, what's Aries feeling? What's this influence that Cancer has during this month of Aries. So the first card that I have here, this card will be the basis of this reading for Cancer. So got here Six of Pentacles. Okay, our key word is charity. So basically, with this card here, with the Six of Pentacles, we're seeing of giving back. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be for Cancer. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a physical, monetary, material direction. But what it can be for Cancer is it can be a need of giving of yourself that can potentially help someone, provide assistance. Okay. And I want to say for being there for someone is a form of charity, but you are being supportive. Now, the energy in this card is kind of grand, because we have feminine energy that's just lying on this chaise and just like, this is where I am, and I'm going to give you a coin. And in a sense, it comes across like it may be petty and careless, but that's not the energy that I want to read with this card. I want to read with the meaning, not so much the visual aspect of it. So in a sense, with this Six of Pentacles, we're seeing what has been given to Cancer, what they have learned from, and any extra knowledge that they may have, extra insight that they can share with someone. It's like, hey, I understand what's going on. I want to be there for you. Okay, and again, it doesn't have to be monetary. So I'm reading the Six of Pentacles more on the internal aspect of what the intention is in this card. Okay, in spite of the visual. Spirit, in spite of the visual. Okay, so let's focus on being compassionate, paying attention to someone's needs, being there a little bit more. And Aries, with that energy of movement and inspiration, this may inspire you to make some changes by helping other people, but also making changes within yourself. When you give kindness to someone and they receive it, there's a shift that happens. You may smile, you may feel like, that felt good. So let's keep that in mind for the Six of Pentacles, okay, for Cancer during this month of Aries. Other card that I have here is, I'm going to read it like this. Okay, so I have the card that comes before our Six of Pentacles. I have Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is, as I mentioned with the charity card, I'm going to put these two cards together. We're seeing from hardship, from loss, from disparity. Okay, this again is for Cancer. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is what you're going to experience during the month of Aries. But if there is a hardship going on, this will be a very transformative time for you. The Five of Pentacles for me is a sign. Whenever we see a card that holds a negative visual like loss or pain, it's a reminder. It's a sign, okay, to do something about it, to make the change, to learn from it. Okay, it doesn't mean that once you've gone through that loss that it'll never happen again, but you can at least be aware as to how to handle the situation. So with Cancer, this may be hard for Cancer because when there is a loss, a hardship, whether it's monetary, there's going to be that sensitivity, that connection to what was taken away from you. It's not so much the physical loss, like the loss of an item or anything of that sense, but it's emotionally, there's that connection you have to it. A lot of the earth signs, They work very hard, but in different ways, as I mentioned in my previous video. So their connection to what they've invested in is very important. In a sense, I feel like with the earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Sagittarius, or I'm sorry, of Capricorn, especially Taurus in particular, because it's ruled by Venus, they make sure that whatever's been given to them, that they've earned, I should say given to them, but whatever they've earned, that they take good care of it. And this is what we have here, Cancer, with the Five of Pentacles. We need to understand that whatever loss we've had, our emotional connection to it is something that we need to move on from. Okay, we can't have any self-pity or anything like that when a challenge comes our way. We have to find that strength. We have to find that will, that influence that Aries has of, going through and bypassing any challenges. And then you learn from that. Okay? You learn that you can move on from that, from here to here. Okay? You can find the sense of compassion and sensitivity. It's like, you know what? I've been there. I understand, and I like to help out in some way possible. And also keep in mind, Cancer is ruled by the Chariot card, astrologically. So the Chariot, as we see, is like going in different directions, but we're trying to bring everything into a center. And the way of getting that victory of the self, of taking control of a matter that seems very difficult to do, is you put your mind, your body, and your emotions fully into it. Okay, use that Aries energy of knowing that you're going to get through this. Okay, so these are just key things for Cancer to pay attention to. Now, the last card here. Okay, this seems like a hard reading for Cancer for the month of Aries. Okay, so we have Five of Swords, so it's defeat. So what I'm seeing here, especially with these two cards, I'm going to give an interpretation. We got 2 5s, so we have 5s in the system of the tarot. The minor arcana is a crossroads, is a challenge. It's a challenge that you may have placed unintentionally upon yourself, or it may have come to you as a means of, you need to have this. You need to have this challenge. You need to have this this crossroads to really wake up and make changes. When challenges come your way, it's there for reasons. It's a wake-up call. It's telling you that we need to make some shifts, let go of patterns. This isn't the place or the environment that you need to be in, and you start getting these signs. So with the Five of Swords, okay, what we have to be mindful of, literally mindful of, the Swords deals with how we perceive things and choices that we made. Okay? But here in this case, this could be a card, the Five of Swords could represent a sense of something that you did pose upon yourself. You put yourself in a corner. Okay, maybe you let some things slide, Cancer, for a little bit. You didn't take the responsibility that you should have because there was some fear, there was some apprehension. And then what happens is those actions, or the lack of actions that may have been taken, to put balance and to go on the right path, worked against you. Okay, so we need to be careful for this month of Aries for Cancer. Let's watch out for any self-defeat, anything that can maybe come against you, and you're allowing it. Because with the month of Aries, and we're in the season of spring, we will not have that. This is a time that we start moving. We're going to be spending more time outside. We don't want to have to work through this during the spring season. But if it does happen, be prepared to be honest about how to approach this. Again, remember what I was saying. Okay, the fives are of challenges, conflict, either that has been placed upon us or that we've posed upon ourselves, or that have been given or have been sent to us. How do we challenge? How do we go through these challenges? Okay, what can we do to get out of the situation? In a sense, I'm feeling this card is the Five of Swords here is almost a form of protection, a form of hiding. And that's something that Cancer, quite a few Cancer signs like to do if things are too much. Remember that energy of the Chariot. Okay, we want to move on. We want to move forward. We have to move forward. Okay, there are these processes of growth that we need to all focus on. Okay, so here we go. This is our crux of this reading for Cancer. Okay, learning from our experiences. Okay, that was Six of Pentacles. Okay, learning from our experiences, giving back, but being more compassionate. Doesn't necessarily have to be material. And also, let's not be placed in a situation of fear, causing a form of self-defeat, literally hanging yourself up. Okay, Cancer is a very strong sign emotionally, and when they're there to support a situation or someone, they will be there. But the way that Cancer works is you have to win their trust. They have to feel comfortable that the time that they're going to be spending with you is something that they feel that whoever they're going to be working with is earned. So we have to watch that kind of energy there. All right. Okay, so that was the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. So just watch out for challenges, Cancer, for this month of Aries. Okay. All right. So next up, let's jump right into Scorpio. So Scorpio is a fixed sign, and it takes us right into that midpoint of our fall, autumn season. That's Scorpio, because of their fixity, and Aries, both of those energies, because they're Aries and Scorpio share the planetary influence of Mars. There is that movement. Mars is going more externally with their force, while Scorpio's energy is and force is going from within. We hear the word that comes up many times as Scorpio, impassioned. So Scorpio and Aries, they work good together because of that Marsian planetary influence of stirring things up and getting that movement going. But with Scorpio, because of it being a water sign, it deals more with feelings and also intuition. Okay, so let's see what we got here for Scorpio. Getting Pentacles. That's very interesting. Wow. All righty. That is interesting. So I have 7 and 8 of Pentacles. So I got 2 Earth influences. And then I have 1 major arcana. This is a very interesting reading again for Cancer. During the month of Pisces, we're looking at a form of grounding and building a foundation here. But okay, so here are the 7 of Pentacles. Okay, we have the keyword failure. It doesn't necessarily have to be a loss, but in this card here with Scorpio, we have to we have to take a hold of anything that comes to us in a way. We have to work with our feelings if there is a sense of self-defeat. And I'm curious to see what Pisces is going to hold. Because if we still get Pentacles for the Pisces reading, then we're obviously dealing with some energy that needs to be more of a stability and awareness. But here, okay, this is also another form of self-defeat. Okay, but this could be in the sense of work, your environment. I'm feeling this is more of your environment that you're in. I'm feeling like you've been putting a lot of work, Scorpio, in where you are, and that also includes yourself. Making changes, transforming, letting go, releasing. But it seems here with this card coming up that it's not fulfilling you, and I almost feel like it's not frustration, but it's almost like you're at a loss. It's like, how much more can I put into this? You'll continue, because Scorpio is a sign that doesn't give up, and because of that Mars influence, they'll keep pursuing, until they get answers, until they get a better understanding. But I'm feeling for this month of Aries, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be hard to really put a sense as to how to make the right changes so that it can place you in a way that you can work better, you can live better, you can feel better. Okay. Then I have the 8 of Pentacles. So I'm getting like the 5, 6, 7, 8s. And this deck wasn't in order, so I'm just going with the cards that come up. So 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I want to say with this for Scorpio, this could be a direction of where we may have to go back. We may have to go back to these building blocks of trying to see what went wrong. Okay. We also look at the position here of the individual, heads down, the back is arched. Okay. Very similar. In a sense, it's almost of releasing, giving in, surrendering. Maybe this is where we have to be, Scorpio, for this month of Aries. Surrender that energy. Okay. To reassess, to look back and see of what happened. Try to understand. Okay, when things are going in a direction that would work best for you and benefit other people, you can't keep going in that pattern, because it's going to be the same thing over and over again. We need to stop, and we need to look. Okay, this is where Pluto energy can come in. Pluto's the other planet that is in connection with Scorpio. Pluto is all about breaking down. Okay, so we have the Mars energy movement, getting all of this force, going through all these things. But when you get to that point here with the 7 of Pentacles, we may need to have this Plutonian influence of just like, I really need to see what's happening. I need to stop. I need to break apart. I need to reassess things and see things for what they are. So take a moment of stillness. It's going to be hard for the month of Aries, but you may have to fall back a little bit to move forward. And the reason why I say that is this is our next card, the Fool. Okay. We'll have that freedom. We'll have that liberation. Okay, remember I was saying we are going back. Okay. So can you see the sequence of energy that's moving in this reading for Scorpio? Okay. We have to let go. Make amends if that's the case. Make peace with yourself. No self-defeat, no self-pity. And all this is done in Pentacles is, as I mentioned, is about investment. How much are you putting into that situation to understand it? How much are you putting into yourself? And that's what needs to be made clear. And then we move on to the Fool. We get the freedom. We get the space. We understand what happened, and we move forward with it. Okay, so with the Aries energy for Scorpio, we have that movement, but I feel that possibly the movement in relation to the month of Aries for Scorpio is going to be something that is going to shake, like the Tower card. And like I said, something within yourself or in your environment is going to cause an awakening. And that's where you're going to feel like there's a sense of grief. Like I did everything. Why? What's going on? Don't say why. What is going on? Start answering the situation. Okay. So there we go for Scorpio for our month of Aries. So far, Cancer and Scorpio has some challenges. Okay. With Cancer, we're looking at willpower. With Scorpio, we're looking at going back a few steps, reassessing, so that you can move forward and have that environment where you can see things and move clearly and feel clearly and express yourself openly. All right, so let's jump right into Pisces, okay, which we just came out of. So I hope everyone had a very interesting Pisces. Pisces is the last sign of the astrological wheel, and Aries welcomes in the new astrological year, first sign in the wheel, and also spring. All right, here we go. Pisces. Pisces is mutable, subconscious. I feel the most sensitive of all the signs. Okay. All the water signs, you're getting cards that are opposing of your element. So Aries is going to be that great month for you to just, start challenging yourself. Okay. Cancer and Scorpio had those pentacles to put structure and get some order into their situation. But here with Pisces, I got two swords. So we got two elements, two cards in the element of air. And then I have Major Arcana card, which is the High Priestess. And that's going to be a very nice, a nice soft edge for these two particular cards. And you'll see what I mean. So the crux of this reading here. Okay. Let's have the Prince of Swords. Okay, so this is someone very, very intellectual. knows how to communicate, but in a way that in this card, it looks like it's defeating its competitor. Okay, remember Aries. Aries likes competition and whatnot. This could be a sign of the use of the mind in a way that can help you understand, but the way that you communicate, the way that you see things, Pisces, the way that you express yourself mentally can be destructive. Okay. And that's something that Pisces, doesn't really, Pisces is emotional. They feel they feel from within. That's how they think. Okay. But with this card here for Pisces, let's be careful, because anything that we're feeling, it could actually end up being something in a sense that can be overwhelming and can also be destructive and hurtful for other people. And for Pisces that have a lot of fire in them, this can be something very dangerous. Okay, so let's be careful with this energy, where you're using your mind, you're using your knowledge in such a way, but it's coming from the heart. If you have a lot of force, a lot of anger, okay, please, Pisces, be careful how you use that, especially during the month of Aries. I almost want to say, watch your tongue for Pisces. Now, the other card I have here, okay, Six of Swords. Okay, Six of Swords we normally see as that journey. Okay, we're either moving away or we're moving towards the next part of our experience. Okay, in this case, this card's reversed, but it looks like it's moving towards land. And it's going to begin its next, the next phase of its experience. Okay, and I'm going to move closer. Sorry, you could see the guide directing them. During this time, the waters are dark. I could take the Six of Swords here for Pisces as a way of thinking with your heart. Okay, if it's been for Pisces a very challenging month for Aries, during the month of Aries, which could potentially be, if you watch what you say, and if there is something hurtful, we need to start looking within and answering what went wrong. Why did my feelings come out in such a way that I ended up doing harm more so than good? This card here, the Six of Swords, I feel works good with the next card, which is our High Priestess, or the Papist. Okay, this is of inner knowledge. This is your answer, your key for resolving this. Okay, the Papist is associated with the moon, so it has that energy of intuition. Let's pay attention, Pisces, to how we're feeling, and in relation to how we feel about ourselves, and also because Pisces lives in that internal realm, into the subconscious. Let's pay attention, and let's be a little bit more softer, a little bit more gentle, and less reactive emotionally. Okay. Because of Pisces' nature of spirituality in relation to the subconscious and inner experience, They can see things, intuitively feel things that most of the other signs can't unless there's a lot of water. They're highly intuitive. So pay attention more. I want to call this intuitive knowledge. Okay? So work with your emotions, but intellectualize those emotions. Don't be reactive, like I was saying. Okay? This card too also gives me a sense of ego, of pride. So this can be the negatory of Piscean energy when it comes to working through things. Okay? Almost in a sense like, okay, this is what I say, and this is how it's going to be. You know, I don't care about what you have to say. This is how it's going to be. Okay, that doesn't help. That doesn't help the situation. Okay, so let's go back. Let's spend some time within ourselves and reassess. I'll use the word that I used for Scorpio. Let's reassess our energy, our emotions, our intuition. Connect with our intuition. Work with the energy of the High Priestess, the Pappas, for getting through these challenges. Look within yourself, Pisces. Pisces has this knowing, okay? And if you pay attention to that more so than your emotions, because they are different, you'll be able to go into troubleshoot a situation in a way that you can see clearly, and you're seeing clearly from within. Okay, so you're thinking, how does this relate to Aries? It can give you that inspiration. Once you have that understanding, you can use that experience, use it as a guide, use it as a tool, and to share it with other people. Pisces is a sign of compassion. Okay, this is a challenge. Okay, so Aries could be fueling too much of Piscean energy, to sense maybe it's getting the mind and the heart all stirred up, and allowing Pisces to communicate with the emotions, but more in a harder sense, in a more aggressive sense. Okay. All right. So again, Prince of Swords. Okay. Watch what you say. Not so much emotional. Watch what you speak. Any aftermath that comes from it, let's take some time and go within. Answer some questions. And then while you're in that journey of, spending time soul searching, you'll probably find the answer more than likely through the Hierophant. Listen to your intuitions, more so, Pisces, for the month of Aries. Okay. All righty. So there you go. So those are our readings. That was for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer for the month of Aries. Okay. So let's watch the energy. It seems like the water signs with my readings are gonna have to do a little bit of work for working through some situations within themselves and potentially the environment that they're in. Okay, so watch out for an abundance of a lot of energy coming in. Don't let that distract you. Let that inspire you in the right direction. Okay. And again, listen intuitively to where you need to be. All right. Okay. So next up, I'm going to be doing the last series of readings for the air signs of Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So stay tuned for that. Any questions, you know where to reach me. And I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave comments. Let people know about this channel. Like and subscribe, all of that. And I will see you all again soon.